Arrest gold mafia!
Arrest gold mafia!
Looters must go!
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 ZANU PF 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 must go!
Free Zimbabwe!
Free Zimbabwe!
In 1980, I was old enough to understand what independence meant. Yes. I couldn't spell it, but I knew it. Yes. I was old enough. But instead of being free, growing up free, I feel constrained. Yes. I feel I'm scared. Yeah. I'm afraid. I'm not free. But today we are crying. Today we are crying for the people at home. We're crying for ourselves here. We do not have liberty. We do not know what liberty is. We do not know what it feels like to walk in a street, to own. Other people, our mothers at our ages, owned properties, owned cars, owned things. We own satchels. The Zimbabweans, that's not what freedom is. Ahoy Zimbabwe, let's be free.
The crisis that is faced in Zimbabwe right now affects the youth more than anybody else. It is your country. You need to stand up. We, the old ones, have been trying for the past 43 years. We haven't managed. You need to take the place and stand up and fight for a better Zimbabwe. What we are faced with in Zimbabwe right now is we have got an elite few people, I would say probably less than 1,000 people, who are looting the resources of the country, lining up their own pockets, externalizing the money. We have seen the Gold Mafia documentary in all its 4 series. All it is showing us is what is supposed to be benefiting the economy of Zimbabwe is ending up in people's bank accounts abroad, which is not very helpful. And in the meantime, our hospitals are collapsed. There is no road infrastructure. The economy is collapsed. We really need to take action. The sad thing about us Zimbabweans is when such things happen, we tend to make jokes out of it. We don't take any concrete action. We need to change that attitude. We need to act now. We are just starting. We should not stop today. We should continue until we get our money back, our gold back, and until we get Hubert Angel deported from the United Kingdom.
I'm also pleased to say we've got the members from the police who are here with us. They are making sure that we are okay. They are looking after us. They are not beating us. In Zimbabwe, you assemble, they will send tear gas, the police to come and beat you up. In UK, they come and make sure you're okay. They'll be asking, are you guys okay? We are just checking to make sure we're okay. So this is what a civil country is supposed to be. Police are there to look after you, to make sure you also are adhering to the law of the country, which we are and which we are doing. So today, ladies and gentlemen, we are crying, but our cries are not going to go in vain, because we are saying enough is enough.
Yes!
Enough is enough. I think Can you show me all the posters that we've got here? I want you to read all those posters. 18 April independence but not free. Arrest the gold mafia. UK must freeze Human Angel. Mudzanire assets. Hands off our resources, ED and Cabal. ZANU-PF must go. Arrest gold mafia. Emerson Mnangagwa, the kingpin of corruption, the headmaster, must resign. Political violence as an extension of politics is terrorism. It must stop. They must release Job Scala and all the political prisoners. Corruption is killing Zimbabwe. Umbava is killing Zimbabwe. 43 years of oppression under ZANU-PF must go. It's not sanctions but looting. Stop corruption. UAE ambassador to UK must take action against all those named in the gold mafia in Al Jazeera documentary, and that must be shared with us. Human rights are forever for every citizen in Zimbabwe, not for the few. Companies House, UK HMRC must investigate Human Angel.
Amen to that.
Mnangagwa and his cabals must go. Arrest the gold mafia.
Yes.
ED and company are looting on an industrial scale. Zim something is not right. Right? Hashtag Zimbabwe something is not right. ANC and ZANU-PF give us our country's backs. Enough is enough.
Enough is enough.
Spirit Embassy trustees and church leaders. I'm going to repeat this. Spirit Embassy trustees and church leaders must respond and act on fake prophet Uber Angels activities in the gold mafia saga.
Amen.
Is there anything that I have left?
We want our gold. We want our gold. We want our gold.
We want our gold.
We want our gold.
As a Zimbabwean mother, I just feel that as women, we need to start rising, because what's happening in our nation is not just a political situation, but it's affecting our children. They don't have opportunities, our children in Zimbabwe. Do you remember when we were still in Zimbabwe, when it was still thriving, before all this happened, our children were able to dream? And when I saw that gold mafia documentary, I was so touched that those resources, they can be helping vulnerable people, you know. They can be, you know, sorting out our hospitals and all the things that we need, you know. So I think really we need to start holding our leaders to account, you know. We need to make our leaders accountable for their actions, because we've been having bad leadership for a long time. What Zimbabwe really needs are servant leaders, leaders that care about their people, that are interested in serving their people. And I think now is the time for us to unite as one, as Zimbabweans, because this problem will never be solved by anybody but us citizens, you know, having the passion for our country to be restored, because those resources are not meant to be for few people. Those resources are meant to be for many people, you know. So that's what our struggle is for, and we are going to continue to demand accountability from the people that we saw, and that we need transparency in all that's happening. That's all that we are asking for. Viva Madzimai, viva!
Viva!
Viva Madzimai, viva!
Viva!
Say no to corruption.
No to corruption.
No to corruption.
No to corruption.
Every Zimbabwe deserves to enjoy the benefits of their minerals. Viva Madzimai, viva!
Viva!
Order, order, order. Order,
Face behind corruption, torture, murderers, forced disappearance, human rights violations. Mnangagwa. Mnangagwa has got us to suffer like this in unprecedented. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got people that are being used or working with Mnangagwa. Hubert Angel is one of them. He is busy discussing, showing ways and means of how they have been looting Zimbabwe. Now we've been to the UAE embassy there. We were demanding our gold. We were demanding accountability. We need them to take action. And we are showing this to the world that Zimbabweans, we are a peaceful nation. Our leaders are being arrested. Our lawyers are being arrested. Our journalists are being arrested. We've got Job Scala who has been in jail for over 300 days. Today I think it's 308 days. But the Constitution of Zimbabwe says a person should be bailed out until proven guilty. But he is there with people that have killed people. He is there with thugs. And they are sleeping in hundreds in a place where only a number of people is supposed to sleep to degrade their humanity. So, ladies and gentlemen, all the thieves who have been harvesting and bringing their money in the UK, their money should be frozen. Their money should be frozen, not just the UK, all over the world. They should freeze this money for these murderers, these thieves. People talk of corruption. Corruption is a word that is used to make things lighter. But they have been looting Zimbabwe at industrial level. More than $1 billion is being plundered yearly in just gold. What about in diamonds? What about in tobacco? What about in lithium? There is so much that is being unearthed from underneath Zimbabwe. That could have been helping to sustain the country. That could have been helping to look after the country. We shouldn't be where we are today, but we are where we are today because we've got thieves. And we should not feel shy to name them thieves because they are thieves. And there are people that are on record highlighting this thievery. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are petitioning our governments in the countries that we live in. We are petitioning the embassy, our embassy, our Zimbabwe embassy here in the Strand in London. We've been to the UAE embassy. They refused to see us, but we put our petition through the door. And we are not stopping. We are going to go to the South African embassy. Zimbabweans MPs that are back home. And one thing that they admitted is with all these resources, because by right, Vanvaruku Parliament, they are supposed to vet everything that is happening in terms of, the business deals and things like that. So all these mega business deals, they are no longer answerable to the parliament. That's what the MP said. So the only person that signs or approves is Mnangagwa. So meaning our country is gone. So institutions are gone. So we've got nothing. So that's why now we need to come together and fight and get our country back, because nothing is functional at the moment. Yes. If the people that were sending to the parliament, they've got no say in these bills, they don't know what is going on, and that is the reason why we see Kuti Varikupa in that documentary. It's very clear. And this is the reason why they are cutting off Vanvaruku Parliament. So the parliament is no longer functional until they go maybe once now and every then.
And then some of the meetings that they do them over Zoom. So that means that parliament does not work anymore. So we need to understand that kuti country yetu yaenda. And then there's this guy called Brother Paul. Brother Paul came from what? Kenya. The guy almost collapsed the economy of Kenya. And then he came to our country in 2018 and is doing the very thing. Mari Yenyu, the one that you sent to Zimbabwe, they take it and send it to Dubai. And that is why the people that were in queues hoping to get their money from the bank, they could not get it because they were sending it to offshore accounts to Dubai. And then Maria called her to offshore accounts to Dubai. So we don't have a country anymore. All we need to do is fight. And it's not going to be an instant coffee solution. It's going to take some time. So people must be patient, but we have to continue fighting.
Ahoy!
Ahoy!
Ahoy, my citizens, ahoy!
Ahoy!
Venga, my citizens, venga!
Venga!
Venga, my citizens, venga!
Newe upenga!
Thank you so much. How are you, ladies and gentlemen, comrades and friends? I'm happy to be part of this group. You know, the issue here called mafia, it also pains me. I'll speak on behalf of even CCC. I can speak on behalf of myself. I can speak on behalf of Change Radio. I wear so many jackets, so everyone is represented. Thank you so much. You know, the reason why we are here, my comrades, is for us to register to the world that we are not happy as Zimbabweans. What is happening in Zimbabwe, it's not good. You know, in Zimbabwe, people are languishing in poverty. The roads are so bad, you know, the schools are not functioning, the hospitals are not functioning, there are no drugs in the hospitals, and yet 100 million worth of gold is being taken away every week. Think of how many hospitals could be refurbished with that money only, not mentioning building of new hospitals. So we are so pained. We are rich. It's not sanctions, my comrades, it's looting. Yes. We don't even want to hear about sanctions. And you know, I'm so hurt when I hear Mnangagwa being invited to the king's coronation. You know, we should not allow him to come here.
What for?
Why must
What
Mnangagwa
for?
come here? Mnangagwa must not set his foot here.
Yes.
Because he said the British are puppets.
Yes.
Why do you want to come to puppets?
Yes.
You said you are not a puppet. So why do you want to come to puppets? We should not let that happen. We should, guys, Twitter, whatever Facebook, whatever Twitter, whatever Instagram is with effect from today.
Yes.
Let's talk about this invitation. Yes. Let's talk about the invitation. Mnangagwa must not come here. Okay? We should set an agenda. Why wait for Marakashi to set an agenda for us?
Yes.
We are at Navarakashi, so let's JKS to them, let's tell them the bed are a part of ZANU-PF. We know they're trying to portray as if they are good. They're trying to portray as if everything is okay in Zimbabwe. Yet nothing is okay at all in Zimbabwe. Nothing is okay, guys. We want to go back to Zimbabwe. We don't want to live here. There's nothing, there's no life here. I don't know. There's no life here. Yeah? We work and work and work and work and work. And when we die alone in our homes. No one, you know, who are after days because we don't have people around us. It's only you in your house. No life here, guys. You know, we have to put the record straight and say enough is enough.
And we know South Africa has also been helping a lot ZANU-PF. But I think with this revelations of Jazeera, South Africa is also busy investigating the banks and some of the people that are involved in this gold mafia. So we are here to petition the South African Embassy to show our disgust, with the hope that they can take action, with the hope that they can also respond to our petition. We thank this country for giving us those privileges to come out in our numbers to be able to exercise our constitutional rights. Are suffering in Zimbabwe, and they are suffering because of these imposed sanctions that we are now being sanctioned by the South African, by the Zimbabweans. So, ladies and gentlemen, we've got our chief here today. It's such an honor to have him here. Privileged to speak before him. He's now going to speak. So, yes, we continue after this. Thank you.
Thank you very much indeed. We are here at the South African Embassy for important reasons. The ANC government in South Africa attained independence after we had attained independence. And in that process, we Zimbabweans helped the ANC government to attain independence in South Africa. We now find ourselves in difficulty with our ZANU-PF government, which means now we have every right, every single right, every one of you here has a right to come and petition the South African government because you helped them in the past. And when we say helping, what we are talking about is we are talking about making sure that this election, 2023, the South African government and SADC as a whole do not rubber stamp the election as being free and fair. They have to take account of what has happened, all the rigging that has happened up until now, and it is continuing to happen now. And so that is what we're asking the South African government to do. But more than that, we are asking the South African government to look closely at all ZANU-PF assets and monies and accounts in the Republic of South Africa, and also individuals coming from ZANU-PF, and freeze all those assets, so that at some point in time, we Zimbabweans can actually get back what belonged to us.
Whereby our gold from Zimbabwe was exported illegally to the UAE, and whereby money from Zimbabwe is laundered and vice versa. And from the UAE we went to the Zimbabwe Embassy. Obviously we were making a statement. I need to mention that we are the only remaining voice that can speak against the government of Zimbabwe. We are the remaining voice because the government of Zimbabwe has managed to silence all dissenting voices in Zimbabwe. They are even silencing the media. Our journalists in Zimbabwe can no longer speak. If they write the truth, if they tell the truth, they are hounded. They run the risk of being persecuted, of being thrown into jail, as has been happening to Hopewell Chingono over time. So we are the remaining voice, and we need to recognize that important part that we now have to play as Zimbabweans. If we don't speak up, if we don't take action, it means we have allowed Mnangagwa and his regime to continue looting our resources, to continue mismanaging our economy. So that's what is our importance as the diaspora, and that is your importance as an individual. I'm mentioning this because we will be calling for similar action in the not too distant future. You know, Mnangagwa has been invited to come for the king's coronation. It is next month. We must prepare ourselves to face him. This will be our opportunity to tell him to his face that we don't want what he is doing. So we need to remain united. Be on the lookout for this law coming very soon. Here at 10 Downing Street, we are here to petition the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. Why? Because we have Hubert Angel Zanile, a Zimbabwean citizen and also a British citizen who is at the center of the gold mafia and who we suspect is involved in money laundering. So we want to petition the British Prime Minister to highlight this to him and to ask them to take action against people like Hubert Angel. And we will also say to the British Prime Minister, they need to be on the lookout. It's not only Hubert Angel, but you know all those ZANU-PF people here in the United Kingdom. All of them are potential vehicles of this money laundering. That is why they support ZANU-PF. It just doesn't make any sense for an ordinary Zimbabwean who is suffering, who fled Zimbabwe to come here to the United Kingdom and continue to support ZANU-PF. They must be gaining something, or they must be hoping that maybe they will also be used as the vehicles for money laundering.
Politicians, your game, your work now is to mobilize people in peaceful protest. Don't be thinking of going to State House right now. Let's fight for a transitional authority to come and take us. When you will have had sufficient time to build up your individual parties and go to that election and fight for a new Zimbabwe for all of us.
Thank you very much, Jane Williams. I hope this message is going through to the media. The rest of the Zimbabweans are also going to get the message. Thank you very much once more.
Thank you.
This is our year. Our president in waiting, President Nelson Chamisa, has already said we are going to win Zimbabwe.
we want to win Zimbabwe, we can only do it together. Please make sure that everyone register to vote in Zimbabwe. Everyone register to vote. Let's encourage everyone to vote. This is a gold mafia. People are stealing, looting left, right, and center. President Chamisa will make things right. We want to make SADC accountable for what they are saying. Already they are saying that there's going to be free and fair election. How can that be free and fair election when there is no voters' roll? When there is no legitimacy whatsoever? These are thieves, these are looters. Let's be united with one common cause. Let's all be united as citizens of Zimbabwe. Let's love one another. Time to hate one another is over. Let's go together to win Zimbabwe in unity. And let's all make sure that we vote President Chamisa to be the next president of Zimbabwe. Together we can. Together, yes we can. Yes. Yes. Yes.